Hello everyone, this is Redact and this game is called Suzerain. Last episode we had a accident at the dam. It's cut off all our electricity. It's pretty bad. I did look up what that last achievement was. I'm sort of proud of myself because only 2% of people have got that achievement. Which is the ism revenge or something, which is basically for them to do a terrorist attack at the Sol Dam. So I don't know why 98% of people didn't get that result. I must be very special if I would have been able to do it. And also extending the emergency decree was only done by 4.5% of people. So again, I'm in the 95th percentile, so I'm pretty sure I'm a genius because no one else was able to do it. I think that's the way it works. Anyway, before anyone can disagree with me, I'm now going to resume. Right, so we read the news. We have -2 budget. Economy is still trash. We have no wealth. I spent it all on my son's education. And those did I spend money on shares or something? I think so. Right, what's going on in England or whatever? Read the report. Mayor Arvori, Eric, has pledged to the full support of the city to help the ongoing crisis in the Burgundy region. One of the first acts the mayor made was to reduce the electricity consumption of the England region and divert all surplus electricity to Burgundy with the help of the Sordland Grid Corporation. A large infrastructure engineering team has been sent to help the efforts to repair the dam. The mayor of Sordland has extended their thanks to the acts. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, people are coming together, so that's good. Rumberg plane warned inside airspace. A lone Rumbergian warplane violated our airspace by entering the territory of Sordland for 2 minutes and left after issuing a radio message. What was the radio message? Interesting. Power outages in Nargis. This is not good for our economy. Suburb of Lachhaven went dark today after the transformers broke down. The events that transpired at the Sol Dam caused Sordland to lose 30% of electricity. That's not too bad. Sordland Grid Corporation's central electrical station in Lachhaven immediately reacted by requesting surplus electricity from neighbouring countries. Lachavens were told to reduce their consumption by half as solutions had come. Yes. Don't worry, your president is here. Read the report. Sol Dam transformers explode. Bomb attack at the Sol Dam has destroyed the main transformers of the critical energy infrastructure facility. The explosion heard from Suzerain has caused the city to descend into darkness while security forces moved into the area to take control of the situation. Engineers and technical teams are on standby to immediately begin repairs once the security situation has resolved. Emergency funds of the interior have been unlocked to help with the crisis. Oh, there's another one. Explosion. Right. Today's operation by the police. The BFS rebels use explosives to destroy the main electrical transformer of the Sol Dam. Next, the hydroelectric power to the national grid. Fire plant output. A significant proportion of the supply to Burgundy, Nargis and England were lost, leading to widespread power outages in the regions. Chief of Police reported that the number of casualties is expected to be more than 20. Regional police forces immediately arrived at the dam. The hunt for the BFF rebels continues. Okay, what's going on here? Bergia faces 90% blackout. Sabotage has caused a massive blackout in Bergia. Don't need it to do farming anyway, you're fine. People on the edge with the events leading up to explosion, but our civil servants are making the necessary precautions to maintain public services and to avoid mass panic. Aides from the regions of Nargis and England have begun sending firefighters, social service workers, and diverted some surplus electricity to maintain critical infrastructure operations. Disaster, really, isn't it? It wasn't my fault, though. I can only blame my Chief Rosa. Alright. Let's see. Oh, +2 government budget. Lovely. Fair Luxury Tax Act. Assembly proposed an amendment to Section 6 of the Tax Code of 1949. FLTA seeks to improve the fairness of the taxation system and increase tax revenues. Section 1 sets a 15% tax rate, which will be imposed on items of the luxury good class determined by the Ministry of Economy. So encompasses jewellery, for sports cars, yachts, private planes. Section 2. The amendment will establish a 10% estate tax on the conditions of purchase, sale and transfer of property, particularly in inheritance situations. Signed. Oh yes. Back to positive. Oh yes. Sign or veto the Alcohol Tax Act that was approved by the Grand National Assembly. Oh, +1 government budget. Not even going to read it. Sign it. Thank you very much. Good. Economy. What happened in the economy? Luxury goods tax. Yes. Welfare. Alcohol consumption reduced. Good. That will help with our healthcare system, I suppose. Oppression. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Everything's going swimmingly. I've got +1 budget now. I knew I'd be able to do it. I'm such a genius. Aim to put a lid on alcohol consumption. The Grand National Assembly has signed the Alcohol Tax Act to deter the excessive amount of alcohol consumption that has recently been plaguing Sordland. Drunk and disorderly use will quickly learn that their actions have consequences, and they will soon be paying a further 20% tax on all alcohol products in the country. Oh yes. Luxury is now taxable. Assembly signed an amendment known as the Fair Luxury Tax Act. Seeks to impose a tax hike on personal items including jewelry, coats, cars, bringing the necessary products or loving gifts are all considered luxury products. Not sure about cars, but yes, I mean coats are also not really luxury, but I guess if it's a fur coat, then yeah. The hard reality we're facing under the Reign administration as they're determined to steal your hard-earned money from under you. Well, that's probably fair. Alright, what's going on over here? I signed the Fair Luxury Tax, I filed the Alcohol Tax. Yes, I did. Okay, so it's good to know that you can get money later. Nothing else to do. Emergency call on the escalating situation. Oh, God. I was woken up in the middle of the night by a call from the Ministry of the Defence. Due to the sensitivity of the information, I had to be urgently briefed in person. I put on my clothes as fast as I could. I rushed downstairs and opened the door. Serge was waiting for me. Mr. President, this way to the car, please. We got into the car and made our way to the Ministry of Defence building without a word. I arrived and was directed downstairs into a set of large doors and quickly read the sign above them. War Room. The dimly lit room was filled with cutting-edge equipment, the latest video screens, long-range radio electronics and other devices used for communication, presentation and planning. Centerpiece of the room was a large round table with a coat of arms of Sordland engraved on it. David, Lucian, Vulcan and Yosef were already deep in discussions. Who are these guys? Chief of the Armed Forces, Ministry of Defence. You guys, I need to keep happy. Don't want them to be angry. Excellency, I advise caution. Going to war couldn't help anyone. Must maintain peace in Sordland and Eastern Mercopa at all costs. What do you expect us to do? Sit down and do nothing? They are testing us. We must respond immediately, otherwise they will think we are weak. Okay. What's going on? President, thank you for coming at this late hour. There is a situation. Vulcan, please go ahead and provide your report. President, approximately 20 minutes ago, Rumberg downed one of our planes with an anti-aircraft fire from the ground. The pilot was declared killed in action. Our squadron position of the plane was inside Swordish airspace. General Kruger, I mean no offence, but are we absolutely sure that this is the case? Are you sure this happened within our borders? No offence taken. Here are the locations on the map and the report from the airbase. Pointed to several markers on the map. To answer your question, yes, we are absolutely sure. You can see here on the map that the plane was down approximately 10 kilometers inside our borders. Calculated the trajectory of the gunfire and they started firing when our plane was within our border. The plane was down near Helgen. Yeah, it's the last thing we want. Completely agree. Looks like they're trying to lure us into their trap. We have enough military power to contest against this violation of international law. We should attack and down one of their planes in retaliation. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Otherwise, we will look weak, and it will lead to more casualties. We can't look weak. If we appear weak, they will jump on the opportunity. We must order military retaliation immediately. I agree with the General. Who agrees with the General? Chief of the Armed Forces, the Ministry of Defence. Mr. President, our army is ready to do whatever it takes to protect Sordland. Gentlemen, before it comes to that, we can prevent further bloodshed by using diplomacy. You know, something that What's-His-Face said, when we said he said we were in trouble, what can we do? And his suggestion was go to war. So Maggie got back in. Maggie Thatcher, the Falklands. We're down on the polls. Everyone hates us. Well, me, as in the royal us. Everyone hates me. No one will vote for me. We might have to go to war. We've got an army. And what's the worst that could happen? Oh, no. Gentlemen, before it comes to that point, we can prevent further bloodshed by using diplomacy. We fell silent before Joseph finally spoke up. Mr. President, what are your orders? Start the Swedish war machine and prepare to invade Rumburg. They will pay for their crimes. An eye for an eye. We will retaliate with equal force to display our strength. Sordland can't afford to look weak. We will approach this diplomatically and try to de-escalate the situation by any means. No one wants a war. No, we will retaliate with equal force. Our army is not an offensive army, it's a defensive one. We can't attack. We need to have more troops if we're going to do that, and we decided to upgrade the army rather than do both. We couldn't afford it, but we actually probably could have afforded it. We could do that next time. Eye for an eye. Yeah, we can't afford to look weak. Very well. If there is to be a retaliation, we need to be extremely careful. They will seek every opportunity to blame us for it. Can't further escalate the situation and destabilize the region. To prevent a war at all costs? Well, do we? Do we, David? I'm not too convinced. I'm saying that as a man who has lived through too many years of war. We are not the ones who escalated the situation. They were first. Mr. President, I assure you, they won't dare attack us for that. They know we are far superior. You better be truthful, Joseph. I've got to do what they want. Particularly this guy. Because the generals are angry. Are they still angry? Unruly. Ignoring weekly reports and are resisting to our commands. They might just do it anyway. This will send a strong message. I will send word for a start of the military operation. Our target will be the warplanes at an airbase near the border. Lucian, I still think a peaceful solution would be far more beneficial. But of course I don't have the military experience and insight that Mr. Lancier has. I will begin my task immediately, Mr. President. You shall do as I say. If you excuse me now, I must talk to the military command to relay the orders. Before he left the room, he saluted. I will bring the paperwork. Yosef, return with the paperwork for the order and show me where to sign. Sign off on the operation. Military state! Oh, yeah! Well, I wanted to be a dictator, really, but I guess that's fine. Now the paperwork is done. I have an idea, Mr. President. I think we should hold a military parade to display our strength. Oh my god. I'm with Mr. Lancier on this one. We should work well as a deterrent. It will come in handy as a tool to de-escalate the situation. Doing a military parade will de-escalate the situation? I don't think so. But okay. Seems like a good idea. Simple and effective without causing any ruckus. Yes, organise a military parade. Understood. Everyone will like a military parade. They'll like me more for doing it. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure about that. I'll keep you updated on the situation. For now, have a good night's sleep. You will need it. Oh no! I couldn't sleep at all that night. Oh no! Well, nothing bad's happened yet. Oh, it's getting exciting. What's going to happen now? Swordish plane shot down. Swordish airplane is being shot down by Rudbergian anti-aircraft guns. Allegedly for violating Rumbergian airspace. The fucking scum. The Rumberg scum. Rumbums. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them the Rumbums. Government officials said the airplane was shot inside the airspace of Sordland. Our plane was shot down when it was flying near Helgen, over the territory of Sordland, by an anti-aircraft missile. Our pilot did not threaten Rumberg in any way, said Josef Lancia, the Ministry of Defence. Despite the revealed evidence from Sordist officials, the Queen of Rumberg, the bitch, Beatrice Livingston, had the guts to claim our plane was shot for violating their airspace. Lies! Complete and utter lies. It's a truly heinous act purposely done by our rivals in the north. This tragic event will have severe consequences for Sordland and the Rumbum relations. Yes. They won't screw with me. They better not anyway. Are the military still angry with me? Yeah. I don't know why. Why? I gave them so much money. Well, maybe they just want a bigger army, but then they become too powerful. I don't want to do that. Fine. Late night. Okay. The weeks of late nights, Monica, Ciara, and the Women's Rights Commission had succeeded in presenting their bill before the Assembly, only for it to fail. I left work early, expecting my wife would be in need of comfort. Been hours since I got her home and she still wasn't there. Dozing on the couch after yet another frozen TV dinner, when I heard the key turn in the lock. Monica stumbled into the hall. Oh, she's drunk, is she? Honey, I'm home! Kiss her. Her breast up, smelled like gin. She can go where she wants. She's an adult. Just having a few drinks with Ciara. We were so close to winning, Anton. Those goddamn Assembly pricks ruined it all. She collapsed into the couch and buried her head in her hands. You could have invited me. Oh, you would have found it boring, and someone had to look after Deanna. My God, I'm starting to see what I put you through all those years. I believe you're turning into a politician, Mrs. Rain. Get used to it, baby. Seriously, Anton, this is what I want to do. I've never felt so alive. Hug her. Yes, hug her. Pulled her into a hug, and she wrapped her arms around me tightly. And all we have to do is make sure you stay in office. That's where... With you by my side, how can I lose? And that's where the real politics begins, yes. Stood curled up on the couch, talking about my re-election strategy and the next steps with the Women's Rights Bill, till Monica took my hand and wordlessly led me upstairs to the bedroom. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got some last night. Alright, what's in the news? Tell me. Sordland shoots down Rumberg warplane in retaliation. Oh, yes. Following Rumberg's demands for reparations from Sordland. The tensions have increased dramatically between the two countries. Yesterday, Swordish warplane has been shot down by the Rumbum anti-air systems, and all the pilots on board have been killed. As per information from Rumbum, Swordish warplane has trespassed into Rumbumdian airspace, whereas Swordish military reports that the plane was inside Swordish borders when it was shot. International community is unclear of the certainty of the reports from both sides. After the incident, Sordland retaliated by sending their warplanes into Rumbum airspace, destroying a Rumbum jet. Tensions between Rumbum and Sordland continued to increase. Largest troop deployments in the last decade began in East Merkopa. Don't mess with me. You'll know you'll get absolutely mullered. Deadly attack. Police graduation. The Bluish Freedom Front initiated at least 9 different attacks since last Monday, the last of which occurred at Lachevin's Republic Avenue. 8 militants disguised as cleaners working for the municipality entered the graduation ceremony, the police academy, and shot at the crowd of graduates. Militants were immediately killed, but the death toll of the police graduate is expected to be more than 20. Damn. Why can't they just leave us alone? Why can't they just go away? Cabinet condemns BFF terror. Televised address. Cariso Cabinet condemned the BFF's attacks and called the country to be vigilant. The blood separatists are doing everything in their power to destroy this great nation through their blood terror. The region of Bulgaria, where they gathered their support, is the root of the problem. We can't let the blood militants kill our innocent people anymore. Must march to where they hide, said Cabeno in his address. Many have criticised Cabeno and called the speech very dangerous for Sordland's unity. Who's this guy? Oh, he's a National Front guy. Yeah, we don't want anything to do with him. Or maybe we do. Maybe we need him to get re-elected? I don't know. President Rain has announced Sordland's largest military brigade ever to display the strength of the Swordish armed forces. During the glorious day, tanks will roll, jets will fly, and our soldiers will march. Young and old, Swordish citizens will come together once again to cheer for our soldiers. The parade will send a clear message to our enemies. Beware. President Rain will be joining the parade with a motorcade and a drive through Victory Avenue. BFF announces war against the state. Okay, here we go. The government's response to the BFF's attack on Sordland, the leaders of the group released a statement declaring war against the Swordish government. The leaders also called various other illegal groups to join what they call a war for freedom. There will be no match for the Honourable Swordish security personnel. It is disgusting that such a group has been given the possibility to even release such a statement to the public. Yeah, how did they manage to do that? Sad reality is especially pronounced by the fact that a group of bluish people living inside our borders subscribe to this group's sick ideology. Swordish police stations are already standing ready to protect their brothers and sisters and will surely eliminate the threat in no time. Yeah, I mean, I've made it its own special state. I've got more police. I've got more military. They should be able to sort this out. What do we have here? Election speech. Yeah, let's just read this then. Remembering a warplane was shot down by anti-aircraft after violating Swordish airspace. According to the report of the General Staff, the plane was flying over the town of Halgen inside Swordish borders. Did not retreat upon warning. Well, if they go into our airspace, they're going to get shot down. I'm sorry. One-on-one interview. Lucian organised an interview for the presidency on the internationally renowned one-on-one. Famous journalist Thomas Saka will be asking the questions. Going one-on-one, and Thomas Saka will arrive next week in Natchavin from Kairuti. Don't know. Okay. Bagslanian Navy spotted in full force in Hajalan. Okay, so all that stuff is carrying on. Fine. Country stability decreased. The Ministry of the Interior has reported Sordland is suffering from low stability due to the amount of active crisis the country is facing. Different elements of government and structures of order are operating past their operational limits. This situation adversely influences further economic growth. Fuck's sake. This country will just not chill out. I've not been overly mean to anyone. I just wanted power, that's all. Alright, let's do this election speech. I'm good at speeches. Sun was starting to peek through the blinds at my suite in the Grand Chariot Hotel in Enrica. I hadn't slept at all that night. I was too busy thinking about how I would rally my party's conservative base at today's election kickoff. Whilst I was putting on my clothes when two soft, sharp knocks came at the door. Lucian. Good morning, sir. Morning, Lucian. Lucian unclasped his briefcase and took out a small disc-shaped device. After scanning the room with it, he gave a satisfied nod. Just received the final results of your investigation into the Old Guard. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Lucian pulled out a folder and opened it. Miss Morgner's task force suspected Old Guard members of multiple cases of corruption and lobbying. And they would look deeper into it, well, they found something truly shocking. The Old Guard, with the tact approval of Tarquin Sol, directly arranged the assassination of Bernard Circus. Oh! Oh! What? Why? Since you took office, their goal was to protect Sol and his constitution. They needed an event extreme enough to distract you from making reforms, and they succeeded. Fucking... Oh! He gave me that bullshit evidence and I fell for it because I'm a fucking idiot. Who was involved in this? That may be complicated because we found out another piece of information. Further evidence suggests that they orchestrated the destruction of the Holsted State University archives. Found out their motive was to destroy the employee records and proof regarding all the informants they secretly employed at the university from 1930 until 1953. To imagine that this is the extent of our knowledge on the Axis is deeply troubling. The chaos they created and loss of life occurred because of them is treachery. The highest level and must not go unpunished. We must act. Main conspirator was Lydia's Craft. What? Oh my god. Holy shit. And there were dozens of assembly members and thousands of government officials who may have been aware of the assassination plot and helped cover it up. Thousands? Lydia Scraffer will be our primary target. It's time she left politics once and for all. We'll get rid of every single one that was involved in the plot. Yes, we will. That would end up being the largest government purge in Sordland's history. Oh my god, am I Stalin? Oh no. Oh. Yeah, we got to do, yeah. Yes, the old guard has been attainted by government for too long. Amen. Let's get rid of the main conspirator we can touch. No need to shake up the entire government. Yeah, we get rid of everyone. Fuck them. Right, so I'll get to work on it when we return to Whole Sword. Now that's settled, let's prepare you for your rally. Oh my goodness. I almost forgot. The Archpriest of Dyer couldn't be present today, but I wanted to relay a message of support to you and your family. What did he say? I blessed the rains down in Enrica. He's left the room. I finished putting on my tie and reread my notes for the morning speech. A few hours later I was waiting in the wings at the Nordson Auditorium in Enrica. The audience were several thousand of my conservative supporters. Behind the podium hung a Swordish flag and a giant banner that read, "Victory is close. Peace, prosperity in the Swordish way. Your land, my land, Sordland. For a united Sordland." I need to get them on my side. Yeah, I think they will want to continue to traditions. So let's do the Swordish way. Rika Mayor gave a short introductory speech. I couldn't look at him without thinking about how I let Monica down. Oh, it's him. Right. Stepped behind the podium and took a deep breath. Ladies and gentlemen of Enrica, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters of the USP. Ladies and gentlemen, past 300 years have seen our country tested again and again. Past 300 years have been the hardest of my life. Over the past 3.5 years, many enemies have tried to destroy me in this fine country. We've been tested again and again. And I stand before you now, ready to pledge myself to God and Sordland yet again. Yet Sordland has prevailed. Under my administration, we are stronger than ever. Yet the Reign administration remains strong, ready to lead Sordland to greatness once more. Yes, we do. My re-election, I will finish putting Sordland's economy from the depths of recession. I've begun to fix the disastrous economic decisions of my predecessors. Yes, always blame your predecessors. As our militants threaten to tear us apart, I promise to uphold law and order. As violence in the streets threaten to tear us apart, I promise to restore harmony. Yeah. Continue to fight for the constitutional reform Sordland deserved. Continue to uphold Parkinson's constitution until Sordland is ready to reform. Continue my fight against the enemies of Sordland, both internal and external. I will continue to root out corruption and wrongdoing, even within this very government. I remain committed to stamping out corruption that has plagued Sordland politics for far too long. Yes, no need to tell them what I'm going to be doing. Thunderous applause erupted. Sordland has changed, but the USP remains as strong as ever. Some have accused me of straying from the values of the USP. To them I say, I am the USP, yes! There has been tremendous progress made in this term and more to come. I promise you there's no way we can lose. Vote an unprecedented amount of effort towards making Sordland's economy the best in the world. We will not lose. Yes, progress has been made. There's more to come. I and Vice President Vecten will lead Sordland into a bright new era. Yeah, we're going to finish what we started. A roar shook the hall. We will form a broad coalition of supporters to make sure morning finally comes. It's time, my fellow swords. A new dawn is upon us, and it begins right here and right now. Yes. Remember, vote Reign 57. Yes. Mogna Vescor. Yes. The audience enthusiastically finished the saying as streamers shot out the cannons behind me. My re-election campaign had officially begun. I stepped down from the podium. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode. There's quite a few flashy buttons. Let's have a look at them first, in case they go away. As a response to the Rumberg downing, I ordered a counterattack. Sordland will be holding a military parade. Information found from the old guard investigations connected to government officials will be purged. I ordered the repress of Lilius Kraft for a hand in the Burgers Sergus Murga. Yes. Maybe people will like me for arresting the people that actually did it. I don't know. Yeah, Ministry of the Interior's gone. Oh, no. Oh, did I do the right thing? Yes, I did the right thing. She's a scumbag. Mixed economy. What happened here? Unemployment crisis, pandemic fallout. Well, this is all. I don't care about that. Depression. Yeah, it's fine. Organised crime. It's fine. Yep, so we'll read the papers next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you again. Take care, everyone.